MrYorkieLoverFitness.com.
As a big fan of Karate Kid, I went on a quest to film all 12 of the main shooting locations for the movie. And this is the series Cobra Kai that takes place 34 years later that just came out and inspired me. And today I'm going to show you where they filmed the lake where Mr. Miyagi teaches Daniel LaRusso balance. Now, this place is in Chatsworth. It's the Chatsworth Nature Preserve. And as you see, it's fenced off. It's only open one day a week on Sundays from 10 to 3 p.m. Now, back in 83, when they filmed The Karate Kid, so you can see it now, it's not as full because obviously California has been going through their droughts for the last 5 to 10 years. But back in 83, when they filmed this, it was a reservoir, but it wasn't a nature preserve reservoir like it is now. So that's why there's the road that Mr. Miyagi drives on, and they used different parts of this reservoir for the film, and they shot from different angles depending on what they needed to get. And as you see in this back area over here, that's all been built since that time. So now this is behind the reservoir, the road that face it. This is behind it, so you get an idea what this place looks like in Chatsworth. It's very, mountainous with cool ass rocks. And even that side's fenced off, but that side across the street's private property. And then this is the actual nature preserve. And it was kind of cool because I did see a couple coyotes, and I just missed filming a coyote, something I'd never seen before, and I just missed filming it. This coyote was walking along, and all of a sudden I see him pick up a snake the size of a Balboa snake and shake it, threw it down, did this like 5, 6, 7 times until the snake was dead, then he just walked away with it. Now you see that mountain in the background? That's the same mountain, and that's the angle they used for that lake scene when Daniel LaRusso's balancing on top of the boat before he falls in the water. The water was only about waist deep. This is another view from the backside, just so you can get an idea of just how this whole area looks. And you see that house on top of the hill. Whoever lives there is a pretty lucky person. And this road was actually very busy. So it may look like I'm showing you the same thing, but actually I walked up 20 feet. I'm showing you a different part. You see the dry area here? This dry area right here in the center, this was the part used for when, because I matched up with the mountain range in the back here. So this dry area right here, this was the part when you see Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Miyagi outside the truck on land practicing. And I'm just trying to reach my camera over the fence so you get a better view. And like I said, I matched up with this mountain facade back here so you can see how it'll line up when the picture pops up that I'm talking about. And obviously this part's dry. You have this wet part. So see right there, I think this was the actual part they use that's dry now for this scene right here. But like I said, they shot probably over a couple days in different locations. And what's cool about when you film something like they did is you could just zoom in closer, and you can use pretty much the same area like they did here and make it look like the place was actually bigger than it was. But this lake was probably only about, this reservoir is probably only about double the size back in 83 than it is now. Most of it's dry. And I would be interested, when I went yesterday to film this, I just missed going in because, like I said, it's only open till 3 o'clock. Because I would have liked to. I don't know exactly where they let you walk on this, but there's trails. But there was actually across the street. There was another park with trails, and so here this was this. I went across the street, and so I'm giving you the whole overall view of the reservoir here. So it starts pretty much here, goes all the way over here. And they say it's something like 1,300 or 1,500 acres total. And so this is across the street up on the mountain, just to give you a better view. And this was a dog park right here. A lot of people were picnicking, had their dogs out. And then I'm going to zoom in right here so you can see the reservoir area. And I believe no one's, like, people have shot other Karate Kid filming locations and put them on YouTube. But I believe this will be the first video that actually shows the lake scene and Daniel LaRusso learning balance from Mr. Miyagi, because I was looking, and I had to find information from a couple other sites to locate this spot in Chatsworth, but luckily I found it. and I'm sharing it with you. And this is what it looks like now. And we even have beautiful weather, just like we did today. And there's another look of from the movie, the actual clip. And you see how the reservoir is more full than it is now. So I highly recommend, if you haven't already, check out this Cobra Kai series. It's a YouTube Red series, so you will need a YouTube Red membership, which is $10 a month. But the first 2 episodes are free. And I'm gonna make a prediction right now. They will make season 2 of this because it was so good. And so far, everyone I recommend this to that has watched this agrees that this is a great continuation of the Karate Kid 34 years later. So go ahead and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video.